progress.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for My Story Matters. My name is Kim Kabensky, and I'm an executive consultant too in LifeVantage. I've been in LifeVantage for 8.5 years, and tonight we bring to you Robin Smith. I actually had the privilege of meeting Robin this last spring when I was asked to be the trainer with Mark Shinsato at the first ever Growth Summit. And Robin was one of the amazing people there that had earned the Growth Summit and was able to meet quite a few people there, which was such an awesome, awesome time. Being there as a trainer was amazing, but getting to know the up and coming leaders was a really cool experience, and was able to get to know Robin on more of a personal level. And I actually interviewed her once already, but it's in my private Facebook group for customers and whatnot. And so I really wanted to share because it's very, very powerful. We're not here to make any claims of any sort. This is a real situation that happened with Robin while she, was introduced to activation, and it has completely changed her life, just like it completely changed my life. Mine was in 5 days, and she had a similar experience. We all know that that's not always how it goes, but I want to pass it over to Robin and just kind of talk about your journey with LifeVantage, because if I remember correctly, you said no for a really long time. And so I would love for you to kind of talk to us a little bit about, your journey with LifeVantage, and why you finally decided to say yes. But talk about all the years that passed that you just didn't want to take a look.
So I'm originally from the Virgin Islands, and I love anything that's natural. So, listening to Iris, when she told me, I met Iris, she was actually in a wedding with my son, and they were walking together for somebody else's wedding. And I thought she was this cute little young girl. So I'm like, oh my goodness, little cutie pie, I'm going to hook her up with my son. She was like, I'm a grown woman with 3 kids and I'm married. So I was like, well, what in the world are you taking? And she told me, I'm doing active body activation. It's all natural, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, and so it's herbs? And she was like, yeah. And so I was like, well, I take herbs. I don't need it, blah, blah, blah. And so for 4 years, she kept telling me about activation. And I was just like, I take herbs. I don't need it. Well, in 2020, my autoimmune, I'm trying to be compliant, my autoimmune disease was really getting worse because as time went, which I didn't know what I had going on until later on. But they thought it was one thing, and then later on they found out it was leaning more to another thing. And so my autoimmune issues was getting worse to where I was having pains where I felt like my leg was in a vice. I couldn't sleep good at night. I was having issues with my hands where I can't say what it is, but so many different things I was having going on with me, and even including my hair, losing my hair, and all kind of stuff was happening. So 2020 came, and they had already told me that it's probably going to get worse where I'd have to get these treatments that's really, really serious treatments, that I didn't want to go that route. So I saw Iris posting, and her little post, I was like, she's still doing that little thing? And so I said, well, guess I'll check it out. She never gave up on me. So I finally went ahead and checked her out. And after 4 years of turning her down, I finally took her up on activating my body naturally. And I actually have some before and after pictures that I'll show you after I finish telling you. But with her telling me to try it, I seeing the difference within the first 3 days. I was amazed. I was like, oh my goodness. I'm blowing her up trying to find out, hey, answer your phone. I want to know, I want to sign up because it really made a difference. If you've seen my arms before, kind of looked like a burnt victim. And it wasn't just my arms. It was my arms, my face, my chest. But I only took a picture of my arm because I really didn't believe her that it would actually work. So the fact that I saw it really fast, and I know it helped that I changed the way I was eating too, because I wasn't eating chicken, beef, or pork anymore because of what I knew I had going on, and I needed to do things that would help to alleviate that inflammation going on in my body. So that's why I changed a lot of the different things that I was eating. I stopped using regular toothpaste. I started using natural toothpaste. I stopped using regular deodorant, started using natural. So all those things helped for me to see a difference that fast, because the rule of thumb that she told me was to give it 1 month for every 10 years you've been alive to truly see a difference. So when I seen this difference, it threw me for a loop and I was super excited. So I'm going to share the pictures that I have of my before and after, because it really made a difference for me. So let me see if I can, is it okay I share my screen, Kim? Okay, let me see. All right. And then you guys tell me if you can see the screen. All right, it should be popping up any minute. Okay. I think you guys can see it. So this is my arm, literally 3 days before I started activating my body. And then 3 days after, like a complete difference. So she didn't have to convince me no more. Once I seen this, that definitely made a difference for me. And then with my hair, this is my hair before. If you can see the first 2 pictures, that's when my hair was long. That's before the autoimmune really took over. And then the 2 pictures after that was when it started getting really, really, really bad. And so after a point, the last 2 pictures on the before side, I was over it. I was like, forget this, I'm cutting it. So I did a big chop. I cut my hair completely off. I was over it. But then on the after side is when I started including the Nerve 2 and the liquid collagen activator. And I started using the NRF2 activated shampoo system. And that it started making my hair grow longer, thicker. And I could completely see a bigger change in my hair and my skin and everything else. And I'm just truly appreciative of Iris not, giving up on me and just being able to see these differences in my health. My hairdresser also, she was like, what are you doing? Because she's seen how it was growing faster. And so that made her want to dig into it. And so she's also signed up as a consultant now, because she saw how well it worked for me. So I'm just so very thankful. And of course, with me, when, seeing how good it was working for me, I told my husband, because high cholesterol runs in his family. So I was like, babe, you need to try this too. And for him, it helped him to drop down 51 points in the first 2 months of trying it. So I'm telling you, this has been a life-changing products for me. And I'm just so thankful that Iris didn't give up on me. And then I get to meet, on top of that, beautiful people like Brenda and Kimberly. It's just amazing, and getting to win free trips. And, this is just beautiful. And knowing what we have in our hands is definitely a blessing. And I'm literally, I don't know if I can say this, but I was on 11 different medications. I'm not on none of them anymore. I'm literally, this is all I take now. So I'm so, so thankful. And I'm so glad I actually gave it a chance, because I didn't realize that, just because it's herbs, that's why there's 7 patents on it, because you can put these things together and it's not going to do what this does, So I didn't understand that until I actually gave it a try for myself. And I'm so glad. And you have to, tweak it for yourself. Everybody's body is different, but I'm telling you, this is amazing, and it truly works for me and my family and everybody I know that actually tried it. And I'm just so thankful for it. So thank you for letting me share.
That it's such an incredible story. And, just the fact that you were able to come off of 11 medications is mind-blowing in itself. I know that a lot of times, like in your shoes, people are skeptical and really don't understand this. And that, I think that's probably the biggest battle that we have when we, approach this with people, because, a lot of people see network marketing before they see the research and why this is so special. I know that you are actually, how long have you now been on the products in LifeVantage?
for the same time that I've been on the products, at the same time I've been with LifeVantage. So when I saw how awesome it worked, 2020, so 4 years. 2020 is when I started. April, the last day of April is when I signed up. I started in like mid-April, but I signed up at the very last day of April. And that's why I can't, can never forget it, because I was like blowing her up. Hey, answer your phone. I want to sign up. So it really made a difference for me. And I'm so grateful. But like I said, it takes time. You have to, give your body grace, because if you think about it, it took your body whatever age you are to get to that point. Some people is trying to rush it and not thinking, how old are you or how young are you? It took time to get to where it's at. So give it that time to let it do what it needs to do. Especially if you have a lot of toxic things going on. Like I literally changed a lot of stuff that I was doing before I started. So I know that's why it worked faster for me. But I've seen it work in other people, and as long as they were, willing to take the time and watch it, even if you don't feel like, people are like, well, I don't feel nothing. Like my dad, he used to tell me that, but now he's like, I need to order, blah, blah, blah. He just signed up because apparently he can feel or see something, or something in his blood work has made a difference for him. And so I'm just like telling people, just give it that chance. Look at your blood work. You might not feel nothing, but if you look at your blood work every 30 days, you're going to be seeing a little difference. And I've helped people with different issues, and they're all telling me great results as long as they give it that time frame. So I'm just so thankful to be a part of this.
I think that's one of the biggest things when I work with people. I refuse to sign up anyone that only wants to give it a month, because our products really deserve that due diligence to be able to work inside the body. And I can't tell you, I've been in for 8.5 years, right? So we've had collagen only a handful of years, and the level of the difference that I've seen since adding that liquid collagen activator is insanity. Like, and I know a lot of people look at it and look at the price tag, but it is worth every single drop in that bottle. And when you look at the study, and so, it's a huge blessing that you were able to get on that liquid collagen, because I am seeing that people are seeing accelerated results when that combination goes inside of them right away. Exactly. And it's it's so far beyond a hair, skin, and nails, vanity product. This is not your typical collagen. And what we have with LifeVantage is, such a massive blessing. And I'm so happy that you said yes. I think back to the day that it was brought to my attention. When I remember, my sister had actually mentioned it a year prior, and I blew her off. It was a very quick passing of information. And then it was brought up to me again. And then that's, when I was in a more dire situation. And I just thank God every day that something inside of me stopped. The day that it came into my life, was the day that I was on my knees and my back was up against a wall. And I didn't think I was ever going to get better, because I had been dealing with, going down the route of the doctors. And then I did the flip. And with you, I've been eliminating toxins, and I've changed my life in 2009. Like I did a complete flip. My husband came home one day, and all of our plastic was in bags to be recycled, and all of that, we're out getting all new drink containers and storage containers for our food, and my makeup and all of our products went to organic. And I didn't do just like a little bit at a time. I did a complete overhaul. And, now my family gets it, and for the longest time, people looked at me like I was crazy. And I just kept thinking, you know what? Eventually you're going to see what I see. And more people are starting to see what we have after saying no for so long, even trying it and then stopping. And now they're like, my gosh, you're still doing this after 8.5 years? I'm a lifer. You know, when you come into LifeVantage, I always tell people, if you leave or you stop the products, you never knew what we had in the first place.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. So, at any rate, I do appreciate you coming on and, you know, sharing this story, because it is going to help